Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer combat cards. It is the beginning of a new ranked season, and with this season comes a new balance patch where they adjusted the stats of a few units, but most notably they changed up the way that a few traits work. And we'll be taking a look at that here. I'm just going to be playing a little ranked skirmish here with Yuri and Rakarth, and two of the traits that changed here, we'll go ahead and deploy, were Fear and Poison. So in the past, Fear was just a one-time ability. When you deploy your unit, it causes fear and reduces the damage of all enemy units by 50%. That was changed so that Fear now only affects the one unit opposite of your Fear bodyguard dude. So yeah, so I just deployed the Solitaire. They also added these cool little new icons here, status effects. You can see at the bottom of the screen. If you tap on it, it gives you more information. So I'll just deploy this other Fear unit. This is one of the cards that got buffed a little bit with the new season here, the Huntress Banshee Exarch. Okay, so you can see the Fear is now affecting this guy. He is getting inspired, so he gets a 10% boost, but a 20% reduction in his attack. And I'll just go, let's see, yeah, I'll just go with the triple Fear, why not? So we'll be causing fear among all of us. I do have the initiative, so I get to go first. So I think, yeah, thematically this is definitely a lot better. Because, and as they said in the developer blog, you know, a unit does not stop being, like, causing fear. So it doesn't really make sense for it to be just a one-time ability. And it gets rid of the kind of wasted effects. For example, that assassin with the precision shot normally would have, that precision shot would have gotten rid of the fear, but now the fear lasts as long as your unit remains on the battlefield. Of course, it is a lot weaker. It only reduces the enemy attack stats by 20%, but I think it's pretty decent. And I like how it also changes depending on which unit is causing the fear. Weaker bodyguards, it's not good. With the stronger ones, they will be able to stay on the battlefield longer and yeah, just be more useful overall, I think. Now with Rakarth, every time I destroy an enemy unit, all of my units gain health, so I think that actually combos well with Fear as well. However, we are up against the old what's-his-face Commissar Yarick, and he just readied a very powerful ranged attack. We'll see if he can take out my Solitaire here. And yeah, it definitely looks like he will, that Dune Crawler. Although, yep, actually, yeah, that's a huge amount of damage, even with the Fear. Okay, so another trait that went through a big change was Poison. And we'll deploy this pain engine here. So Poison also used to be just a one-time ability. When the unit deployed, it would just poison whatever was opposite. But it was really bad because it was just really limiting, because it could, if you deployed it and there was nothing opposite, then the poison would just do absolutely nothing. But now, Poison, so when the card deals damage, I could just show you here. So the wording here is kind of weird. Okay, I'll just show you. So when it deals damage to the enemy unit, it poisons it, and it can poison multiple units. So like maybe after this next turn, I could move my pain engine over to the right, and it would be able to poison that whatchamacallit, the Stratoraptor thing there, which I think I will do. We'll continue to use the ranged, or not ranged, but melee attacks here. So, yeah, the melee, I will now poison that aircraft. Still not the biggest fan of the little spinning cloud poison animation, but I was thinking about it, and it actually kind of makes sense why it looks like that, because I think just visually it's easier to tell what's going on when each animation has a very different look to it. So like, because a card could potentially now be poisoned, regenerating, and afraid, and if it had all three of those things, it could get really hard to tell what's going on if they were all overlapping each other, but they all have like a different position on the card, as well as like the color and the animation, so it's just easier to tell what's going on. So yeah, poison is a lot better now as well, and thematically, of course, it makes more sense with your, poisonous card causing damage with every attack. You'll be able to see here it also poisons Commissary Yarrick. It's helpful if your poisonous card has multiple attack types too. But yeah, this pain engine is quite good with poison. It also has a lot of HP, so it can just continually poison more and more units. And it looks like we will be able to destroy this guy. We'll just switch to ranged here. So before, I think poison was really one of the weakest traits in the game, but it is a lot more useful now. And it also is better on stronger bodyguards. Before, it didn't matter whether the bodyguard was like really weak or really strong, but now the strong ones will potentially be able to poison a lot more enemy units and just deal a lot more damage throughout the course of the match. So that's something I kind of want to try out. Before, I did do a match where I created a Tyranid deck that was like all poison, and it was pretty bad, but I think now it might be a little more viable. Of course, putting all poison in your deck might be a little redundant, but yeah, like this Hive. Oh, actually, that guy he used to have poison, and he has Inspiring Presence. That makes more sense. But yeah, Tyranids do have a lot of poison cards, so I might try that out again, see how it works. If you're watching this, let me know what you think of the changes to the traits Fear and Poison. I personally like them quite a bit, the changes. But yeah, I'll continue testing it out and see if those are ones I really want to feature in some of my stronger decks as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.